Greetings.
Sure.
My name is Ben, aka Downsize It, and I am joined by Social General Rob.
Right.
And today we have another tournament practice battle report. And for this one, I'm running again the massive change list that I did a couple days ago. For you guys, for us, it's the same day. So this is almost kind of like tournament prep, doing 2 games in a row, back to back in a day.
Yeah.
Even though it's not quite, it takes a lot longer to film one than it does to play one. But it's still, it's the practice of the time and the drain, the mental drain. And just fair warning, Rob and I might be a little loopy and make some mistakes on this because it's already been a long day. So, but anyway, I had not made any changes to the one that you guys saw immediately previous to this one when now that I added the Kuat. If you want to get my full reasoning behind why I added it, why I made the change, and my feelings behind it, check out the battle report that came out before this one.
Yes.
And especially the pre-game and post-game interviews where I go in depth. And for this list, we have another subscriber submitted one from Matt Psalms.
Yes.
And this is as you can see, obviously a Starhawk list. We'll notice the Aether sprites there. We went back to his original list he sent in. I don't have 6 A-Wings, but I wanted to try to play the list as true to what he originally sent in as possible, so we're proxying in the Aether sprites as A-Wings, so it'll be 6 A-Wings instead of 4. And again, like I apologized to Franz Odendahl last, I want to apologize to Matt Psalms. When he originally submitted this list to test me in the tournament, this was against my original list. This one that I have now is significantly changed. So again, I just apologize. It was not intentional. It was just last night. I could not sleep after my shellacking I got from Robbie, and just trying to rethink it. I think that was the 3rd tabling I had in a row, and I was just rethinking things, just trying to man, what do I need? Do I need to change something? So I wasn't trying to pull a fast one over you guys. You submit these lists, and then I say I'm going to change it. This was just a natural evolution and just the way the time happens when people submit and we can get to filming.
Right.
But this is still going to be challenging. As you guys can see, it's a Starhawk.
Yes.
And it is still a Starhawk.
That's right.
And he's got 6 A-Wings. Even though I only have, my squad presence has been reduced. My defenders and merit can still do work and against ships, and it's going to be a problem trying to get through his A-Wings. Because that is a lot of 4 damage that has counter 2 coming back up to deal with.
That's
so
right.
It's so even though this might have been tailored for when I had 5 defenders, Merrick and Jendon, this list is still going to perform well against my squads. The only thing that it wasn't probably prepared for was facing 2 Star Destroyers. So that's probably what it was not prepared to go against. So I just want to apologize to Matt for that. For this kind of like a blind side, I guess.
And I apologize to Matt and Franz, by the way, if I didn't say it last time. I'm going to have to readjust a few things on your command dials and stuff that you've written down. You guys both did some really great reports.
Yeah, Franz and Matt basically sent dissertations, which is good.
Which is good.
Describe just right how they need to be played and
how they would play.
Right, so we can try to play it as you guys would play it as best as possible.
Yeah. And when Ben said he changed some things, I said, no, we're going to take the lists as if they brought them to the tournament. So he's going to have tournament lists because he might not know what he's going to go against.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Yeah. So, and as Matt and Franz might realize, they might go against the tournament and not realize they're going to go against the Chimera and a Quad. I mean,
right. Yeah.
So,
So it is kind of like, in a way, it's like
real tournament
stuff. So. Alright, so all of that out of the way, I will be going over the fleets and the mission next. And after that, you'll see Rob and I deploying as in the sped up overlay here as we discuss our strategy and tactics in the pre-game interview. For the Imperials, I have Grand Admiral Thrawn on the Chimera as an Imperial 2 Star Destroyer and starting with entrapment formation, and his Watson Commander Vanto, local fire control, advanced projectors, leading shots, and XI-7 turbo lasers. And then Emperor Palpatine on an ISD Kuat refit with gunnery teams, leading shots, and expanded launchers. For my squadrons, I have Merrick Steel and 3 TIE Defender squadrons. For the Rebels in the list submitted by Matt Psalms, we have Kyrsta Agate on a Starhawk battleship Mark II
with the Unity title, Intel Officer, Walix Blissix, Katekin and Sholin, quad laser turrets, point defense ion cannons and linked turbolaser towers, and a Pelta command ship with Ramus Antilles, Leia Organa, projection experts, shields to maximum, disposable capacitors, and the Phoenix Home title. And for squadrons, we have Hera Syndulla and 6 A-Wing squadrons. For missions, Matt's list came in at 396, and I'm at 400. And Social General Rob chose to be second player. So I'm first player and have to choose from Matt Som's missions, which are Most Wanted, Contested Outpost, and Intel Sweep. And I chose to go with Contested Outpost. For this mission, we set up obstacles as normal except the station. Then after we're done, Rob gets to place the station. It just has a little more restrictions to it where it can go. During the game, the station does not obstruct and does not heal. And at the end of every round, we measure the ships at distance 1, and whoever has the most command value at distance 1 gains a victory token worth 20 points. So coming up next, Rob and I will deploy on a sped-up overlay while we discuss our strategy and tactics in the pre-game interview.
Okay, so now that you've seen the fleets in the mission, you'll see Robbie.
Thanks.
Yeah, Social General Rob and I starting to deploy here in a sped-up overlay. And Rob, why don't you start us off, talk about Matt Som's list, the thoughts behind it, and the strategy to run it.
Okay. Well, Matt Som's list, first of all, is called Down with Downsizing.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is ironic because first time Ben actually played a couple of lists to you guys, it's like, why is everybody after me? Was it like Down with Downsizing or something like that? Matt did not know that Ben said that was off camera, and I just chuckled to myself because Matt had already sent me that list. So, now, it's a Starhawk list. Matt, you did not mention what I should spend for the extra tokens for defense tokens, so I took an extra brace.
Yeah, so he's got double brace, double redirect.
Double redirect. So,
very defensible.
It's a very defensible ship. It's the Mark II, and it's very a long-range ship. So the thing is to play defensively, and that the Pelta, which I love, is going to be basically setting shields to it constantly.
Yeah.
And as for the fleet command as shields to maximum, which is going to help it dramatically.
Yeah, I don't like this fleet command, but when you're having a dedicated repair setup, you have projection experts, you got Ramus to get the token, shields to maximum. Yeah, you're basically going to be able to raise 3 shields a turn on this Starhawk, and that's going to be annoying. That's going to be really hard to get through.
And then he's got anti-fighter stuff, he's got Caitlin and Sholin, we got Walix just in case, we're not defensive. We have Intel Officer, just make his life even more difficult, Ben's life more difficult.
Yeah, Intel Officer is
always a problem.
Always a problem.
And link turbo lasers. And now on the Pelta, Leia is the officer over there, and she is basically going to be saying, "Oh, Starhawk, are you in trouble? Here, do this instead." Depending on the.
Well, you're going to be needing to. So here's the limitation on Leia with this setup.
Right.
Since she's not on her own ship, like a GR-75, she's on your repair ship.
Yes.
You're going to be wanting to run
that first.
Engineering.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, so if you choose not to do an engineering on this, you're not going to be able to cook off your projection experts and your shields to maximum.
Correct.
Which means the only dial you're ever going to change on the Starhawk is turn the Starhawk's dial to an engineering.
Correct.
Which is not a bad thing. It just means that on a turn you need it, you can go with the Pelta first.
Mm-hmm.
You've already activated shields to maximum. Right. You can then do the engineering, send over some shields, and then change the Starhawks to an engineering with Leia, and then the Starhawk's turn will be able to engineer and even more repair. So it's basically designed to be super repair.
Yep.
So
very tanky.
Yes, which is great. You don't have to do that. I mean, you could play another command with this, but it's kind of like a waste of what you're doing with it.
Exactly.
So, just off the top of my head, I'm just thinking for this list that a potential change could be made, especially since this was obviously designed for my original.
Yeah, right. Yes.
To go up against a lot more squads than what I have. If you drop these two A-wings, that we are subbing in for the Aether Sprites, what are it's 11, that's 22 points. I think 22 points gets you GR75. And then you move Leia.
18 is 20, that's GR75.
So 18?
Yeah.
So yeah. So you drop two A-wings, and then you can move Leia with GR75.
Right, and that could change.
But then that makes Leia far more versatile to tell what command the Starhawk should get.
Yep.
Which might actually be what you would do, Matt, if you knew that I was making this change to my list. We'll stick with what we have for now. I'm almost saying that maybe we should make that change, but no, we've already gone over the mission. We're not going to refilm anything. We're just going to leave it as is. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, that might be a more... But it's not bad because what you want Leia to do is going to help anyway. You're just making this Starhawk the ultimate tank.
Exactly.
Impossible to kill. And you're not going to want Leia to give it anything else anyway. You want to give it engineering, so it's just going to synergize well anyway.
Right.
I'm just talking out loud about a way to make it maybe make it more efficient.
Actually, you were talking about Leia before. Would you want to talk about that now? People?
Oh yes, because so the first time I played Aaron, he's known as the Sir Chicken on YouTube. I had the one game with him so far filmed. Played with him twice. He killed me twice with his double MC-80 assault cruiser with Akbar, and he had Leia. And there was some confusion early on about the order that Leia happens as the officer, and when she activates. So one thing to keep in mind for those of you that aren't familiar with Leia, and I'm not that familiar because I've never used her actually as an officer, is you need to activate the ship she's on first, and you flip the command over, and as soon as you flip the command, that's when you decide, are you going to change another ship's top command?
Correct.
It's not when you activate the ship you want to change.
Right.
So you have to have a delayed action thing. You can't change the command immediately. You have to do Leia's ship first. And that's why she's so good on GR75, because you play that dial every turn. So you can basically have instant change for a big ship like this or an MC-80 type of thing.
Yep.
But that's just for those that might not be familiar with Leia as an officer. So, and that's why it's been said multiple times in the comments whenever we plan write Starhawk list and triple Starhawk list saying, you guys need to add Leia on a tier 75.
Oh, okay.
To those, because that makes the Starhawk even more versatile. You just keep it in the back, and then you can change the top dial of the Starhawk every round to whatever you want it to be. So
Matt's original list was to mirror Ben's original list.
Yeah.
So that's why he wanted to keep down to 2 ships. And so he did this, that's why he did this way. Plus the engineering on the Pelton is actually really good. It's a 4 engineering ship. So it's going to actually help the Pelton as well.
Yep, if the Pelton needs it. But yeah, you'll be able to send over 2 shields. You can maximum you can do is 2. So you can send over 2 shields to the Starhawk every round, and then raise 1 on yourself.
Right.
And then use the Ramus token to activate shields to maximum, and then the following turn you can raise a shield onto it. It's a nice cycle thing of keeping shields up, and again using Leia to just keep giving this thing engineering as it needs it.
Yep.
So then when you go to this, it then has an engineering dial, it gets its 4 to raise even more shields or heal damage cards, good stuff. Plus the shield from shields to maximum. Yeah, this is going to be in it. This is going to be a pain in the butt to take out, especially with my original list.
Yeah.
But for this list, the change, again, I know it's not fair to Matt that he put this together with my original list in play, but I'm just saying with the change I've made now, it's not as scary. It's still scary, but it's one where I could get to put to the test now truly my thoughts behind the Kuat.
Yes.
And that's how I'm going to run it. You guys probably see it by now how we're set up. Both of my Star Destroyers are at speed 3. We have speed 2 for the Starhawk, speed 1 for the Pelta.
Right.
And I put my Kuat down directly across from the station.
Yep.
That we're going to be contesting, and Rob put his directly across.
Yep.
And I'm just going to run right at this Starhawk, guns blazing. And I don't care what I eat in return. And I'm going to treat this, so this is going to be like a test. Normally I'm not this reckless. But that's kind of how I have this Kuat, why I have it. I wanted to run it recklessly and just blunt force, hammer, no thought behind it. And to let my Chimera come around the side.
Nice sneaky.
And be more sneaky and come around on the flank. but let the focus be on my Kuat.
Right.
And if you don't focus on my Kuat, great. It means you keep going around and doing this thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to see, like, I don't think I dropped this Starhawk with my original list. I don't think I have the firepower, especially with my squads being tied up by all these A-wings.
Right.
I certainly don't think one Star Destroyer can take down a Starhawk, but 2 Star Destroyers, especially one with the Kuat, with expanded launchers. And this is as mentioned it before, I know people don't like expanded launchers. I know people hate it, it's too expensive. Keep telling me in the comments, guys, how much you hate it and how much I actually just go to extended racks and external racks. And you might change my mind, maybe, I don't know. But I think I might actually get 4 shots out the front at close range in this game. And that is including a potential gunnery team shooting at the Pelta at the same time as well. So if I can get 4, I've never had 3. We had 2 in the last game.
Yeah, 2 in the last game. That's the most we ever had.
Yep. I'd like to go 3.
Yes.
But I would like to actually fully recoup the cost of expanded launchers and get actually 4 forward shots with black dice with expanded launchers. Wouldn't that be fantastic, guys? Have you ever done that? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever gotten 4 shots off with expanded launchers.
I haven't. So, Ben and I are in the same league.
It's never had it. I've never even heard of that happening, but we'll see.
No.
But anyway, I think with the Kuat and ISD2 combo, I might be able to drop this. If this was my other list, though, I'm just talking about strategies for my other list. I probably want to engage the Starhawk. I probably would have seen the contested outpost. I might have just considered this a loss and try to go for a 6-5 loss.
Yep.
Because I would know for sure with all the healing you're doing that I couldn't drop it. The Starhawk would kill the Chimera first. I would try to engage your squads fast with my defenders, try to drop as many as I can, and then just try to go for your Pelta, and basically try to kill the Pelta and your squads to mitigate basically the 120 points you get off the station. And then just try to go for a tie, 6-5 or 5-6, either way.
Yeah.
But now that I have the Kuat, it's making me a little bit more bolder and not as afraid of some of these lists, which I think is why I'm going to stick with this going to the tournament, is I'm willing to throw the Kuat away, so to speak. Because if we trade, if you kill the Kuat and I kill the Starhawk, if we trade that, that's a win to me.
Oh yeah.
Because the Starhawk is a lot more expensive than my Kuat is.
Even by itself.
Even by itself, And my Chimera then can easily mop up the Pelta and the rest of your squads. So, but we'll see. We'll see if the Kuat plus Chimera is enough to drop this before it can drop both of my guys, which you can easily do.
Which you could.
So,
they're really set up really well.
And especially if you're just engineering, you say, screw these dials, and just engineer, and keep changing to those, and you just heal.
Yeah.
I might not have the firepower to drop it. That's
might not.
Especially with double brace and double redirect.
Yes.
So, we're gonna see. I'm gonna play this, balls to the wall, just get in your face and hit you, and hit you and hit you. I'm gonna commit to going after the Starhawk and dropping it. That's why I'm going in fast, guys. I'm not slow rolling, because I think I'm gonna need all 6 turns. Well, it'll be 5. I'm not gonna hit you round 1, but I'm gonna need 4.5 to 5 turns of constant fire on the Starhawk, I think, with the hope of killing it. So, we'll see if it works.
We'll see. Now, Matt is not only putting a little pressure on Ben here, but he put pressure on me. So, Matt, I know you got your champagne ready. So we shall see, because Matt had told me that once I win, he's opening the bottle of champagne he has ready to watch this. And he's going to be drinking a dose to me. So, we shall see. Great, Matt. You got me really like, okay, Matt. I'm trying, Matt.
Yeah, it's a little pressure. Because if you don't win, that means Matt doesn't get to have the champagne.
Exactly. Well, he might drink it anyways, but still. So, yes. So, he put pressure on me as well, so I really have to do good in this. And as Matt and I were talking, the Pelta, I said, oh, it sounds similar to a drunken party bus. He goes, no.
He's like, don't do it.
It's not. It's the cheerleading bus.
Cheerleading bus.
Okay, so it cheers on the Starhawk, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So he's going to step above and beyond.
Yeah, this one you don't want to fly in front of a Star Destroyer.
No. That's what he said. No.
It doesn't get the scattered
It lets the quarterback, or not quarterback, the football team go up front, and they just cheer him on the back.
Cheerleaders.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all it needs to do is to stay behind it and within 1 to 5,
Yep.
and just let the Starhawk do all the work.
Exactly.
So, all right, we'll see. This is going to be a brutal game, I think.
Yes, I think so.
And I don't think there's going to be a lot of maneuvering strategy in this game. This is going to be just like blunt force, just straight at each other.
We're setting close too.
Yeah.
So.
And just throwing haymakers at each other. The squadron play is going to be what's going to be interesting because, I mean, those A-wings. You could shred my defenders, but I could also go through your A-wings quick. It all just. But if you get, I think you win the squad battle if I get tied down. I don't know what I'm going to do in the squad battle. That's going to be a whole another game. So
it's a mini game.
I would love to be able to have my defenders to help take this down,
right.
But I can't. Because if I do that, come in with bombing, then you just A-wings
right.
lock down for those game, and you get to have me hit me first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's yeah, I think I might just have to jump into the ball right away and then just go at it. We'll see.
And now we have Hera there to help. So
yeah, Hera can make them.
She's very powerful.
Yeah, if she needs to get a couple in there that aren't in there in the squad phase to come in and do attacks. Then Hera just by herself. I mean, she hits like a defender, 2 blue, 2 black.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be a game, guys.
It's gonna be a good game.
So we're gonna plan our dials, and I'm not gonna forget this game. Like Aaron and I forgot that the station does not obstruct and does not heal. We were doing obstructed shots against each other that one. So the station does nothing except get victory tokens.
I'll try to remind them.
Yes. So we'll be back at the start of round 1. Start of round 1. My layout pretty similar. I've never mentioned it, but it's always the same, guys. With my local fire control, I always just swap the contain for the salvo. I think I always forget to say that, but that's what I always do. I like having both redirects because of advanced projectors. Speed 3 for everyone. Merrick's the candelabra style setup, just to keep him unique. Starhawk's going speed 2, Pelt is going speed 1, and then we have all of our A-Wings and the Aether Sprite stand-ins and Hera in the back, commanding them. Okay, I'm going to start with Thrawn. It's Navigate, and I'm taking a token. And no Vanto, because Vanto, you have to actually activate a command, but that's okay. I was just going to give myself a nav anyway. I just decided I didn't need the extra click anywhere.
Alright, Starhawk is going. It's a navigation dial, which I will use to slow down to speed 1. I start off just a little too fast.
Okay, Palpatine on the Kuat. It's an engineering, taking a token, and staying at speed 3, just doing a slight little turn. Get myself lined up the way I want to be.
Okay, the Pelta goes next. It's a navigation dial. Ramus gives me a token automatically. And I am just going to be going up here to still speed 1, turning. And I don't think I hit anybody, no.
You did not. Okay, that's actually it. Squad phase. It's all just going to be movement, so as normal, do the movement off screen. Then show you guys the recap at the start of round 2, and Rob will be getting a victory token. He is within distance 1, and he has the most command value there. So 1 victory token to Rob. Start of round 2. No Thrawn dials yet, but I did activate entrapment formation for the squads. Merrick and my defenders moved forward just a little bit to stage next to the Chimera. And Rob's A-Wings basically spread out to in the debris, the station, and the asteroid, and Hera moving over to the starboard side of the Starhawk. Okay, starting with Palpatine on the Kuat is a concentrate fire, and I will be using that dial. I'll be firing first a long range, front to front into the Starhawk, just as a reminder the station does not obstruct in this mission. And then after I use my con fire in that shot, I'll use gunnery teams to do a 1 blue flacking at both of these A-Wings here. Okay, starting with the front to front shot, 3 reds into the Starhawk. Gotta start on the beast sometime. Not bad. Then con fire in a red. I'll stop both your redirects. 2 damage. Okay?
That's it.
That'll be it. Alright, so just 1 off the front. And just a little love tap. Then A-Wing on the left. 1 A-Wing on the right. Okay, and then I'm using entrapment formation to slow down to speed 2, and then just doing a little sidestep.
Okay, the belt is moving. It's an engineering dial, which Ramus gives me an extra token. And I use engineering dial to activate projection experts, which I will transfer a shield over to the Starhawk that just lost a shield, and then I'll raise up on my own shields back up that I lost. Now I'll be moving forward 1, speed 1. And that'll be all.
Alright, going with Thrawn. It is a squadron command. I'm going to be sending my defenders in. And after my defenders go in, just so I don't forget, I'm going to start doing this so I don't forget Ronto. He's giving me a nav. But my defenders and Merrick are going after these A-wings here. So I will fly them in one at a time because it will matter, because I could potentially drop them a 1-for-1. Very unlikely, but I'll just take a picture, and then if it goes really well, I'll describe where my other defenders go, depending on how well these attacks go. Okay, we're going to be starting with the defender that's on the back left on your screen there, and going after the A-wing that is on the left on the station. Off in the distance. Going to be getting just barely within engagement range, so I'm not engaged with the other one. And this one is only on 3 health. So 2 blue, 2 black. 2 damage, and then you get to counter back. Yep, 2 blue for 1 damage. Alright, so now the defender on the back right is going after the A-wing that was on 1 health. And got him. Get the counter back, even in death. Yep. For 1 damage.
Get.
Okay, and then defender number 3, the one that's on the front right, is going after the other A-wing that is full health. 2 damage. And then counter back. Well, only 2 damage. No damage back. Alright, then sending in Merrick. A-wing's got 2 health left. All I need is 2 damage. And I got it. But A-wing gets to try to fire back. For nothing. Ooh, this A-wing went out with a wimp. Must have been a rookie. Alright, so I got my Vonto nav token after that squad activation, and I'm not changing my speed with take evasive action, just doing a little side jink here.
Alright, up is the Starhawk. Kyrsta Geek has activated the squadron dial. I'll be activating 4 squadrons, which are all the A-wings that are left over. 2, as you can see, have gone straight up. 1 in the back of the defenders, and then the 1 on the side.
Yep, and we're doing these out of order. I'm going to do 1 at a time, but these ones together, because he can't kill one with just 1 A-wing. He's going to take 2 A-wings to kill it. And then depending on what happens here, then he's got A-wings on way over here that he's grabbing that'll probably come over and assist. I'll just describe where they're going, who they're attacking. So you guys know where who's who. Merrick full health, this defender full health, and these 2 defenders are on 5 health. And after that, he's got a short range front to front into Kuat, and a medium range side to front into the Chimera. Alright, first A-wing, which defender is he attacking?
He is attacking the 1 on the... So the 1 on the back. Well, actually, I don't think they both can reach Merrick.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to have to the 1 on the back. I'm just going to take out the 1 on the back.
Okay, so this is the one that's on the far right of my squadron ball, and it's the A-wing on the far right. That's the one that's moved in first. This defender's on 5 health. Ooh, no damage. Your blue dice are failing you. Where's Torin when you need it?
That's why.
Alright, so next A-wing, same defender.
Same difference, yeah.
Okay. 1 damage. Alright, we're definitely going to have to bring in the other 2 A-wings because you can't kill them, so we're just going to bring them together now.
Well, yeah, but I was going to bring them up.
Okay, his other 2 A-wings that you guys can't see on the screen there, they're on the port side of the Starhawk. They're flying over to in front of the Starhawk in the squadron mess, going after that same defender, see if they can't lock this guy down. He has 4 health remaining, so first one. 1 damage. Alright, let's see if this guy can get triple damage. He's got 3 health remaining. 2 damage.
Whoa.
1 health remaining.
Elite Starfighter.
Wow. These A-Wing pilots must be just a bunch of rookies. This is
But no, the rookie's already dead.
even more rookies. Hera's bringing out a whole bunch of like trainees to this fight. Is what's going on here. All right. So which shot do you want to do first?
All right, let's do the Chimera first.
All right. So the Chimera first. These are the Chimera's defense tokens. So you get 3 red, 2 blue.
I gotta decide the intel officer now.
After you roll. An intel officer is just once per activation. So you'll either use them on this shot, or if you want to save it for the Kuwa shot. Same thing with Kaitkin and Sholin.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the shot on the Chimera. And now's where you decide if you're going to use intel officer.
No, I'm not using intel officer right now. I'm not using the show. What's going on is this. I'm gonna block your which one's the Chimeras? I'll block the salvo. I know he's gonna redirect and all that crap. So salvo's fine.
Okay.
And
Anything
then
else?
I will use like turbo lasers though.
Yep.
To reroll that. Oh.
There you go.
Great.
Yep. Brace redirect. So brace to 2, and I will redirect 1 to my aft and 1 to my port side. Able to do that with my advanced projectors. Now for the big one. We've already spent it. Spent the contain to attack Palpatine. So you get 4 red, 3 blue, and a black. Front to front. It's time to start throwing the haymakers at each other. It's actually not terrible. This is actually going to hurt.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Good on you.
So we got there. Go away.
So, I will use my intel officer.
Yep, you decide that first.
Yeah. And I'm going to intel officer your, we're going to say top redirect. Just because.
Okay.
You have 2. And then I'm going to use my,
So this is intel.
yeah, intel, sorry.
Okay.
Alright, and then do I decide, I roll the others first, right?
Yes, now if you want to start doing rolls.
Yeah, so let me just check that. Okay, so only 1 color. So, yes, Keaton. Yeah, I do. I use Keaton Sholin on the black.
Okay. Hit crit.
That's just what I'm looking for. Then I'll use now. Greed. Am I greedy? Let's lose. Yeah, that'll be greedy. Link turbo lasers on one of the just 1 damaged reds, please.
Okay. Same difference.
Alright. That's why you don't get greedy. Alright. So I'm going to use my lock. I'm going to lock down your. Let's lock down your brace.
Okay, spending my redirect that's not intel and my contain. So I'll be, so it's going to be 3 off my starboard, 3 off my front, and 1 face down. That was a pretty hardy shot by the Starhawk. Doing what Starhawks do. Straightforward. Well, you did not run over it, so no adjustments there. Rob is going to get victory token because he's command value 4 versus my Kuwatch 3. Then we got Hera. We're just going to jump to squad phase. She's rogue. Where do you want her going?
Oh, Hera. You have to show these guys up or what? How much is that defender down that's been moved?
There's 1 half left.
What? Please, Hera, don't whiff. This would be
I
right
don't know
there.
if she can get in range.
Oh no, she only goes 3, that's right.
Oh, she can get in range.
Oh yeah, she could.
I'm gonna just attack him.
Yeah. Okay, Eric, please show these boys how it's done. You are the pilot. You are the lead for the win. Come on.
Not sure that is in range. It is.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll it here. Just need 1 damage, 2 blue, 2 black. We got 3 damage.
3 damn. There you go. See, A-Wings, that's how you do it.
Alright, so Rob will get his victory token and then we'll be back at the start of round 3. Start of round 3. Thrawn has been revealed. It is an engineering. And then Chimera has switched to take evasive action and activated it. And Rob has activated his shields to maximum. He is going to need it because this is going to be a brutal round. Kuat and Starhawk are just face to face, ready to just smash each other. And the Chimera is an ideal ISD2 range. Okay, we are starting with Palpatine on the Kuat. It is a concentrate fire. Then using Thrawn's engineering dial with engineering token that was on there to get 6 engineering, and I raised 3 shields up on the front. First shot is going to be front to front. Close range, expanded launchers have been loaded, ready to unload. Then after that shot happens, which I will be using my gunnery teams, or concentrate fire on for gunnery teams, I have a choice. Because I have the double arc in the front, side to front, close range. But I also have a long range 3 red dice into the Pelta. Pelta has an evade, so I don't know if that's worth it. Or to just start doing my gunnery team shots now, or to wait. I have to see how my first shot goes to decide if I want to do the double arc or split fire into the Pelta. Okay, so we got Starhawk's tokens, the Unity, and then the Kuat's tokens, because he does have a salvo, just in case he brings one back. Front to front, starting off. 3 red, 2 blue, 5 black. Okay. Not a bad start. Definitely be doing leading shots on this. Just to decide now for my confire, what do I want to add in? I don't have any accuracies yet, and I really need to lock something down. Hopefully, braces get maximum damage into you. I think I'm going to confire in a blue. Nope, but I'll just use that blue I just got to leading shots. And I'm going to leading shots this. These 2 reds, these 2 blues. Leave this stuff here. I'm not going to get greedy with the blacks, I don't think. Or do I? Do I want to just go balls out? I am. Leave the double red. I may regret this.
Black dice love you.
No, that was a very bad decision.
That's why I said it.
But I got a bunch of accuracies.
Which is good.
Yep. Should have let the black dice. That's 3 damage that I just lost because I...
And you get a roll. Yeah, well.
Alright, so for these accuracies. So now I'm not doing that much damage. I should have let the black dice. It's only 5 damage I'm doing to you. But I will stop both your braces and your salvo.
Okay. I will. So both braces are stopped. I don't think that's working yet. Wait.
You never forget anything.
I can point.
Yep, now's when you choose to use it.
Yeah, and unfortunately I cannot use it on the.
Yep, can't use it on spent dice.
I will use it on the double red.
Okay, so point defense.
Yep.
Back to a double.
Either roll my dice or your dice, it doesn't matter.
Right? Yep.
Yep.
What the hell, man? Alright, well, that was... At least it can't get worse, right? So, let's see. Well, it looks like there's gonna be a redirect going on. Because otherwise that's just stupid for me not to do that.
Okay, where are you redirecting to?
Is this XI7s or not?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna where do I redirect you? Because you are got a good, that's a good position with that. Got both your destroyers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll redirect 2 to the port side.
Alright, 2 going into the port, 3 coming off the front.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to burn a brace with Kyrsta.
Not yet. That was determining that, but I don't think so.
Guys, we're going to try to remember to do Kyrsta's other ability that we always forget to do.
Yes, we always forget, and people keep reminding us, and we keep forgetting.
Yeah, so we're going to try to remember this time. Alright, so now I need to decide, do I want to take the side shot? And I think I do. Because throwing 3 reds long range into the Pelta when it has an evade, brace, redirect, nah, that's not worth it. I'm going to wait till I get close range and really hammer that Pelta. So we're going to do side shot into the front. So that'll be 1 blue, 1 red, 2 black. And I'm not going to get greedy on this. I'm just going to leave this one. 5 damage. No, use it every time you get attacked.
Alright, then I'm definitely using it. I'm going to use it on the
Try that red again.
tempting. But, I can do the blue one probably. No, I'm going for the red.
Can I roll 4 doubles in a row on a red?
I've seen you roll 3 quick.
That's an accuracy. And I can't spend that because it's spend defense token step. So
Good.
that saved you 2 damage.
Down to 3 now. Which I will brace.
Okay, brace to 2.
And then I will use my still in the front, correct?
Yep, it's on the front.
I use my green redirect and still go to the port side for the L2.
Okay. So redirect to port side. Port shield is down. Front shield still at 3. Okay.
I gotta spend something.
Yep. If you want to salvo, you have to spend another one because of
You
Palpatine.
still got Thrawn coming.
Yeah.
So, no, I think I'll save my salvo.
Okay. So I'm getting extra click at the 2 guys from take evasive action. Swinging around here, ramming the Starhawk, and then coming back to the 1 position.
Alright, Leia on the Pelta is up next. She's using she has engineer dial. 1 gets Ray gives Ramus gives us 1 token. The one that was on Ramus goes over to Shield. Or did I? We did do it at the beginning, but I don't think we announced it though.
Yes, I did announce that you activated
okay.
shields to maximum. It does not affect you here because you had full shields.
Correct. But I was just making sure that we had announced it though. And then we're going to be firing.
Well, first off, you're using your engineering dial. You're sending 2 shields over to the Starhawk on the port side,
Yep.
raised by 2. He dropped his 2 port shields and then used his remaining engineering to raise 1.
And then I'm firing out the side, because I don't think I can get any other arcs moving into it.
Yep.
Firing at the side into the front of the quad to see if we can do some more damage. How about the Starhawk?
Yep. And spending the evade. It's not going to matter because nothing else threatens to help to this. Side to front, it is close range, but red-blue.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, I have 3 shields on the front, 3 shields on my port, 2 shields on my back, no shields on my starboard, and 9 health remaining. I've taken 2 damage on the hull on the quad. Crit and a blank.
And they can't do anything about that. so that's what it stands for.
Yep, I think I'm just going to take it. Shields down to 2 on the Kuat.
Alright, now Delta has used a navigation token, and it's now speeding up to speed 2, and it's just taking 1 click at the 2, and go over there. We're still with a Preamble.
Okay, going with Thrawn. The Chimera is in range. Guns targeted. It is a squadron command. I'm using the Thrawn engineering dial to raise my port shield and my rear shields up, so back to full health. I have my 3 squads here, Jendon and these defenders. They're all locked down by everybody, so it's just going to be a massive furball in this mess. I have medium range, side to front, clear shot, medium range, front to side, clear shot into the Starhawk. Okay, starting with the squad furball. We will start with my defender that is... Actually, both my defenders... No, I have one defender on 5 health. He's going to be attacking the A-wing. It's going to be hard for me to describe what's going on, guys, but I'll just, try to do my best. It's an A-wing that, based on your view, that is directly in front of Hera. 2 blue, 2 black. For 2 damage. And then counter back. For 2 damage. Equal trade there. Alright, my full health defender that's on the station, attacking the same A-wing that has 2 health left. Got it. And then counter back as it dies. For 1. Alright, now for Merrick. Grit's not going to help me here, I'm locked down by a whole bunch of people. Going after the A-wing that is from your guys' viewpoint to the immediate left of Hera. 2 black, 2 blue. And, that was almost a perfect roll, but 3 damage.
Okay.
Then counter back.
Yep.
For 1.
They're getting better.
Okay, now for the shots from the Chimera. We're starting with my side shot. Side to front. 2 blue, 2 red. Give you a recap. The Starhawk is down to 3 shields on the front, 2 shields on the port side, and has taken 1 face down damage card from the ram from the Kuat. So side to front. Oh, and then full shields everywhere else. So starboard side 4, rear shields at, what did you get? 2. So, side to front. Oh, that is really good. No accuracies, but I will take that. Force you to maybe spend some valuable tokens. 5 damage.
And you're not close range. So,
Yeah, this is medium. Both your shots are medium range, so you will not be getting your point defense items.
I will give you 5 damage.
5 damage.
And this goes to my front,
To your front.
which has
3 shields.
Okay. Still don't open this side.
Yeah, the big one.
I'll burn a redirect.
Remember, I have XI7s on this,
Oh,
so you know. You can only redirect 1, so just
Thank you.
keep in mind if that's worth burning the redirect or not, for just 1.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Thank you for reminding me. I was going to get used to
I actually just remembered that I have XI7s.
I think I used to Kawat, so
Yeah.
I will green brace.
So down to 3.
And after on the front.
3 on the front.
I will salvo back. Definitely is going to happen.
Okay.
Don't need to get to anything. That's going to happen.
Okay, so front shields drop, then salvo back, 2 reds and a blue. This is into my side. Oh, wow. That was really good.
Okay, well, you got projectors. You can't salvo, right?
Nope.
I'll brace.
Yep.
I'll definitely brace.
That was an incredible shot. So redirect and thank the Imperium for advanced projectors. And we're going to disperse that on all hull zones. So every hull zone goes down by 1. That was a really good shot. Alright, and now for primary guns. Forward fire power. Into to the side, but this side has full shields. I was really hoping I could get a front to front, but I'm crossing the line to these yellow dots, so I have to be to the side. 4 red, 4 blue. And again, thank the Imperium for leading shots. All my reds are blank. Spending this hit to reroll my reds. And I'm actually going to reroll these 2 blues. I need some accuracies. Of course, I wouldn't mind you burning some things, but see if we can do better. That's much better.
Anything's better than 3 blank reds.
Yeah. No accuracies though, so you could choose to burn a brace, which I'm sure you will. Or you might not, I don't know. That's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 7 damage coming in.
Yeah, burning a brace.
Yep. So racing to 4. Still have damage, and there's, well, if you just take it on the shields, it'll just be shields down.
Yeah,
Nothing
you can turn
internal.
on shields.
Alright, so shields down. No internals yet.
That's fine, no internals.
Did you want to burn your salvo?
No.
Okay. Hey, Thrawn, staying at C3, I did get an nav token, by the way, guys, from Vonto. That's just my standard after the squad. And I get an extra quick at the 3 from take evasive action. Hey, I remember doing this with the freaking Star Destroyer.
Yes, it did. Almost. Got it. There you go.
Sorta. Alright, this is kind of a... Yeah, that Starhawk looks like it's like the massive tires in the back and like street racers, you know?
Alright. Kyrsta gates up. It's luckily, thank you to Leia for making the top dial, engineering dial. I was able to use shields to maximum, and it's also its own engineering to build up 3 shields. I put up 2 on the starboard side and 1 on the port side, because that's where it's going to be coming in from. Now, for firing, I'll be firing out my front arc into the side arc of the Kavat, and into the side of my starboard side into the starboard side of Chimera. Alright.
And this is where Palpatine is annoying.
Yes.
Rob did not want to have to spend 2 tokens to do the double arc shot.
No. But I'm only going to be able to spend 1, which is alright, so it's my contain.
Yeah, spend the contain
Which
for that
is-
shot. He didn't want to discard anything.
No.
So.
Yeah, I don't.
Alright, start with front shot.
So in the front shot with the quad, spent the
Green contain, yep. So we get 4 red, 3 blue, and a black. So you guys get a recap. Kuat's defense tokens. I have 3 shields on my port side, 2 on my back, 2 on my front. I've taken 2 damage, 9 health remaining on the Kuat. And Rob has Intel and Cadekin. That is really good shot. You're really putting the good hits in on the Kuat, that's for sure.
It's a champagne that Matt's been, pressuring with. That's why. All right, gonna lock down your parade. Oh wait, no, almost. Intel officer first. Will intel officer? Shall we? So double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, how much is there?
3.
3. So it's like 4 internal. So 5. If you don't use it.
If you intel my brace, I could still use it, but then I have to discard it. I won't have it for next round.
Right.
Or you can lock down the brace, make sure I get the full damage, and intel something else.
Yeah, we get 2 redirects, doesn't that help now?
Yep.
Wait, your shields are kind of
I have a maximum of 5 shields I can redirect to.
now. Right.
Well, 2 shields to redirect and take one, but basically I'm going to mitigate 5 damage on the shields. So I still take 3 internal, 1 face up unless I spend my contain.
Alright, so that's not going to do that. You get too many options. You got options. Alright, I'm going to lock that. Alright, first of all, intel officer. Can I do that right? Intel officer, your.
Do you want me to take...
I know. I'm trying to think how to do this one.
Here's my recommendation. Until my contain, lock down my brace. That way, I have a choice. Do I want to take a face up or do I want to burn my contain?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to lock intel officer your contain.
Yeah. And you're not going to stop it, but it makes it, which I am going to burn the contain.
Right, you will, of course.
And that is going to then means that I can't stop crits for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just real quick, do you want to Katekin or lead or link turbo lasers? Do you want to take any be greedy, take risks?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Burn a contain with intel. Redirecting. I'm going to redirect to my front and my side. So that's 5 shields drop. I only have shields on my back now. Take 3 internal. They're face down, so I chose to burn my contain. 5 damage total taken on the Kuat. And now for the shot into the Chimera. I have 2 shields there. Basically, all my shields all around the Chimera are down by 1 because I did the full dispersal with my advanced projectors from the pretty incredible Sabo he did on me. Alright, so you get 3 red, 2 blue. Again, not bad. Not fantastic, but respectable.
Well, thank you. Hey, from Thrawn, that means a lot.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so that's done. Can't use him.
Yep, intel's done. You still got Kaken.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. So do I want to?
Yeah, that's the question.
Because right now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. You can easily just disperse it around. Brace and disperse around because you're not gonna get hit by anything else. Or do I want to be kind of? Well, okay, I'm gonna use Caitlin Sholin. 3 reds. All 3.
Kaken and Sholin.
Do all 3 reds. Make sure
Yeah, as many of one color.
Okay.
That was worth it.
Well, okay.
Well, Link Turbo Laser Towers, any of that? Alright, what are you locking down?
I'm gonna lock down your salvo, of course, just because I don't need any.
A salvo?
Yes, I don't need any more problems with
Okay. Brace and redirect.
that. Yep. Oh, I know, but I want you to take the damage when you can take it.
Alright, I'm taking 6, brace to 3, redirecting. I will redirect 1 to my back shield and 2 to my port shield. So back shields and port shields down on the Chimera.
Okay, still going at speed 1. I decided to ram. I took a turn to the starboard side, didn't hit my back
Swing
end.
that out, yeah.
Just a little smack. And then I'm back to where I am.
Yeah, mainly did that because he did not want to disrupt
Nope.
the lockdowns he has going right now. And
Yeah.
both Kuat and Starhawk take a face down each.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are in the squad phase, and I'm just going to also tell you right now, for victory tokens, Rob's going to get it because Chimera is not in range, and the Starhawk is outperforming the Kuat right now as far as command value. So it's going to be all Rob's. It doesn't matter who he makes rogue with here, everybody's locked down and attacking everybody anyway. So I'll take a picture, and then we'll do all the attacks coming in. Just give you a recap here. Merrick down to 5, this defender down to 3, this defender down to 5. Alright, which A-wing do you want to activate first, and who do you want to attack?
That last defender can hit, right? That one that's got your camera gimbal there.
Yeah, it's at 3 health remaining.
But I can't shoot. Alright. Yes, it will attack. It'll attack your defender at the back.
Okay. So the A-wing that's closest to your screen, guys, attacking my 3 health defender. 1 damage. Here we go again. Next A-wing.
Get to shoot the same one.
Yep, we'll just pick one, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Oh, no damage. What's up with all these rookies? These like guys have never been in a pilot seat. Yeah, it was 2 actuallys in a crit.
Okay, Hera, there's one off.
Well, you got another A-wing.
Budget? Oh, there's
Yep.
one here at one side. Let's see it. Squishing the star.
1 damage, so the defender has 1 health remaining, so his hair is going to have to finish it
Come
off.
on, Hera. Watch it do like all 4 damage.
1 damage.
But she just did finesse. That's it.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I don't know what to say. Your
Not
squads...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is bad. There's his third victory token. We'll be back, guys, at the start of round 4. Start of round 4. Thrawn. Engineering command. Keep these ships repaired. And take evasive action. It has been activated. Kuat has 4 health remaining. I believe. I'll have to recount that. 5 health remaining, sorry. It's taking 6 damage. Do math. There's where we are in the squadron ball. The Starhawk has taken 2 damage. It has 12 health remaining, but its shields are in sort of peril. Front shields are down. Port shields are at 3. Starboard shields at 2. Rear shields at 2, but is being bracketed by 2 Star Destroyers. I don't know. We'll see. Can it limp along and survive? Oh, and Shields to Maximum has been activated on the Pelta as well. Okay, starting with the Kuat. It is a concentrate fire, and then using Thrawn's engineering dial, I raised my two of my shields on my port side up with my engineering. And I am going to be, I've got double arc into the side. I'm right down the line, side to side, and being able to get that yellow dot. We'll do that shot first, and then the big shot front to side into the Starhawk. Alright, starting with side shot into the side. Has 3 shields. 2 black, a blue, and a red. I will keep that. And I'm not going to get greedy this time. 5 damage. I've been averaging 5 damage against you pretty regularly.
That's actually bad. Yeah.
No, it's not bad actually. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So let's play defense. The blue die. Well, no, I'll do double. Do double right.
Accuracy.
Not bad. That's better.
It's twice you've done that.
Yes.
So that's good.
Alright.
3 damage.
So, 3 damage, huh? 3 damage on my side, you said.
Yep.
You have 3, correct?
Yep.
We gotta shoot there again.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I got 2 directs. But unfortunately, you're shooting the other shields I have. Well, the other shields I can get, really. That's in the back. So. Okay. Alright. I will redirect to the back.
How much?
2.
Oh, so rear shields go down. And side shields go down to 2. Alright, and then front to side. 3 red, 2 blue, 5 black. Yeah, expanded launchers. Hey, twice. Use it twice. Maybe I'll get a 3rd time this game. Man, I need my blacks to tee off better than this.
I'm glad you don't.
And still no accuracies. Well, that's not going to stop you with Kyrsta, but I could at least force you to burn your brace with Kyrsta. These are 2 blank. Confire in a blue. Spin it for leading shots. Rolling all these, keeping my blacks. Come on, accuracies. Why can't we can't lock you down for some reason? We can't, our gunners are just, still no accuracies.
What?
Really unbelievable.
That's probably all damage to it.
Nope, I rolled a bunch of blanks on my red and blacks.
Really? Black, I didn't think
This is going very poorly.
you did.
Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8 damage.
8 damage. No, I know. I'm thinking Phil. So I'm going to reroute my point defense ion cannon. Sorry. Right? Yeah, point defense ion cannons. And I'm going to get rid of the hit crit and reroll that.
Hit.
That's better than hit crit. Okay. So at least it's 1 less damage. So now 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. I think I will use. Oh, I mean, the shield.
Yeah, you can't redirect.
No, I know. I'm just doing. I have 2 shields there, right?
Yep.
So down to 5. Taking internally if I don't do something. So I can brace it down to 3.
4.
4.
Yep.
Oh, 4. I'm
Yep.
thinking. Sorry. And then I got the 3 shields there.
2 shields there.
Shields there. Sorry.
You're taking 2 internal.
Internal. And I think I don't need a. Guess I need a container. You got it. Yeah. So okay. Redirect. I'll spend the green redirect.
Can't redirect, you have no shields.
Oh, I know. Brace, sorry. The green brace.
Brace to 4.
I will contain to make sure there's no.
2 face down.
Yeah. And I'll salvo. Nope, I will not salvo. My bad. I'm not salvo.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you'd have to spend 1 with Palpatine. You sure you don't want to?
I'm positive.
Okay.
I almost forgot.
Alright, shields down, 2 went internal. Don't quite have the maneuverability I needed. I was trying to do a 1, double click with take evasive. Still was going to be a ram, so I might as well stop at the 1 so I can at least get some advancement going. So, yep, ram. We both take another face down and then end at the 1.
Alright, up first is the Pelto with Leia. Leia, well, first of all, it's engineering dial. Leia changes the Starhawk dial, top dial to engineering.
So actually, first thing that happened was we raised this shield up to 2 with shields to maximum. Then revealed the dial.
Okay.
Engineering, get the token from Ramus and change the Starhawk to an engineering.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay. Then Ramus put on the. No, those are dark. Those are the ones shields to maximum.
No.
Okay. Anyways, so then I sent 2 shields over from my port side.
Yep. Drop these by 2.
Dropped it by 2. And with the extra remaining engineering,
Where'd you put those shields on the Starhawk?
I was just getting rid of the room.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Sorry.
The remaining engineering put the shield back up on the port side. The shields that left the that went to the rear of the Starhawk because I have double arced over there. Well, 2 holes you can shoot at me out over there. I have 2 shields on the starboard and the aft side now. I'm now going to discard my disposable capacitors.
Don't need to.
Don't need to. Sorry. I am cleared shot from my side to hit to squat's front on Delta. I will be shooting.
What are you going to spend? No, it's not going to matter. I can't shoot you with anything.
I'm just going to spend the evade again.
And the evade, yeah. Okay, the Kuat has no shields on the front. I have 2 on my port, 2 on my aft. The aft shields don't matter for my redirect, because I don't have advanced projectors. I have 5 health remaining on the Kuat. Oh, accuracy blank. And no way to mitigate it.
Flashlight.
Yep, flashlights.
Right there. So moving at 2. And go forward here. Hopefully, and I did hit that debris, didn't I?
Where do you want to take the 2 damage?
The 2 damage will go on the. Well, the front right now doesn't really matter at the moment.
So 2 shields down on the front. Okay, it's Thrawn and the Chimera. See if we can't drop this Starhawk before it gets to go again and re-up shields and stuff. It is a squadron command. I'll get my last 2 defenders, Merrick and this defender, just fighting in this ball here. And I've got a side to side, and I'm going to be doing front to side, double arcing. Using the Thrawn engineering dial, I raised a shield here up to 3 and a shield here up to 1. Okay, the squad command. First, starting with my regular defender, attacking the annoying A-wing that's on 1 health. This defender is on 5, got him. And then you get to counter back for 1. That goes down to 4. Then Merrick is going to attack the A-wing that is directly underneath the Starhawk on the station that is on full health. Merrick is on 5. And, excellent, that's what I wanted. Then do Merrick, 4 damage, kills the A-wing, straight up. And the A-wing gets to counter back. For nothing.
He deserves to die.
Okay, starting with side to side. There are 2 shields on this side, 2 shields on the aft. I do have XI 7s, and the Starhawk has 9 health remaining. That's pretty mediocre, so we will leading shots that for the Reds. No damage.
Okay. No damage.
Yep, I am going to use an accuracy actually to lock down here.
I was being too nice, damn. Yeah, well. So, anyways.
Do you want to burn that with Kyrsta to salve me? Sure?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Alright, now front to side. 4 red, 4 blue. That's much better. But I needed to hit you. I'm not going to kill your Starhawk. Not this round. Needed to hit you a lot better on my first attack. 2 accuracies. Okay, choices to make. So right now, 6 damage coming in. I can stop your brace, but you can burn it. Kyrsta. Redirect doesn't matter to me. Sabo kind of matters to me. But I also don't care about that either. Yeah, stopping your brace doesn't matter because of Kyrsta, so I'm actually going to leading shots these 2 accuracies. Same difference. Alright, 6 damage.
Well, I'm gonna burn the brace. Knock it out.
3 damage.
Now, on that side there, I get what, 2?
2 shields.
So, I will spend my green redirect.
Redirect 1 to the back, rest on the shields.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will sell you.
Okay. 2 red and a blue. 2 blanks and a blue. Accuracy.
Oh. I will link turbo lasers, that please.
Double.
Doubles. Good. Yeah. I will. I guess I could keep showing the blue, I guess, but that's kind of fun. But I'll just stop your brace. It's just what's wearing on your shield.
Redirect 1 to my port side, and I'll just take it on the front. Hey, Chimera's going to speed 3, getting an extra click at the 3 from take evasive action. Like so. I'll be able to drop these shields down. Half shields, still have 1 left. Now we can actually write this guy up. Yeah, look all weird.
Alright, so Kyrsta Gate on the Starhawk goes up next. Flips it over. Oh, it's an engineering dial, thanks to Leia. We are putting up two shields on the port side and 1 on the aft. What was it, 2 on the aft?
Yes, 2 on the port, 1 on the aft. So
On the
port
aft, yeah.
side and aft shields are at 2 now.
2. And then
That was with the engineering and shields to maximum.
we're going to be
Got a brace back with
Brace
Waylix.
back. Got a brace back with Waylix, so he Waylix is jump ship. And we're spinning that brace to fire at my sidearm into the Kuwait on Palpatine's ship there.
Pressing side to front with no shields.
Side to front, yeah.
Okay, I have 2 shields on the side, 2 shields on the back. So you guys know as far as where my shields are. And then Rob will decide if he wants to flak out the front or do a rear shot into the Chimera. So he spent the race, he just got back from Waylix to take the shot on Palpatine. So it'll be 3 red, 2 blue into the front, unshielded of the Kuat. Kuat has 5 health remaining. Man, your Starhawk has been on fire with its shots.
Well, I'm going to intel officer the brace.
So if I spend it, I have to discard it.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing any rerolls or just leave it?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage so far. I get 5 health, which you'll probably spend the brace anyway.
I have 2 shields that I can redirect to.
2 shields, right? So that would take up, yeah, that would just take 1 damage in there. But it could be face up.
It is going to be face up. I don't have a contain.
You don't contain. So let me take a look here first. Let's see, I'll make sure. Do I want? Yeah, because rerolling blues won't do me any good, really.
Yeah, so you choose your intel first. You've chosen intel before you do any rerolls. So brace is definitely being intel.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm going to. Man, do I want to go for broke or not? This is a decent shot, unfortunately. Do I get greedy or not? Caitlin, show them, do you feel greedy today, guys? Yeah, taking the 2 red crits, and we're going to roll them and try so we can get to move some doubles.
Okay, Kate and Sholin. Crit blank.
And I do not have anything. Oh, and Turbo Ace is the blank, please.
Blank.
Seriously?
It's going to be the same difference. I'm going to brace to 3.
Yeah, it's alright.
Burning the brace to 3, redirecting, so I take 2 on my port shields and 1 face up. Let's see what the face up is.
Drum roll, please.
Blinded gunners, I cannot spend accuracies.
Well, he hasn't been getting them anyways.
Yeah, they've already been blinded.
Yeah.
So this is just making it official in game terms. Alright, do you want to do aft into the Chimera, or do you want to flag out the front? As you guys know, based on, I know angles are tough, he does not have me in the front arc. I got out of his front arc with the Kuat.
You do have a reach. I mean, not reach, so
Yeah, I have full defense tokens.
yeah. And you have anything on your side?
I have 2 ships there.
Okay.
You'd have to shoot me in the aft. You don't have much.
No, but I mean, you could redirect because I'm asking for any shield.
And I have shields on the front. Yeah, I can redirect everywhere with my advanced.
So I'm going to flak out the front.
Okay, so red and blue.
Mm-hmm. Try that. I think I can reroll it. Yep. You need less than reroll if I need to.
Who you attacking?
I am attacking, well, both of guys, so let's do the defender first.
Okay, so regular defenders on 4 health.
Mm-hmm.
Hit accuracy.
Alright, Unity will let it reroll the accuracy because accuracy is not. You just can't have heavy left.
Oh, cool. I don't think I've ever used Unity that way. Blank.
Yep. Well, it's still the same. Link Turbo Laser will. Okay.
Crit.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
So 1 damage. Alright.
1 damage, so that defender goes down to 3. And then on Merrick.
Yep.
Merrick has 5 health remaining. Accuracy hit.
Seriously? Come on,
Unity.
Unity.
Double.
That's good.
Brace to 2.
Oh, you don't spawn.
So, Merrick and that defender are both now down to 3.
Alright, still moving at 1. Just gonna do a ram, side bump into him, boom. Stay where I am.
He's turning to the starboard guys to swing his boat out and ram with the Kuat and see where he's at. He's not ranging the other defender.
I guess I could make a roll with it.
He couldn't move, he's being locked down by Merrick. Hera's in range of the other defender. Alright. Squad phase. A-Wing and Hera to attack. A-Wing's engaged with Merrick, but not this defender. Hera's engaged with both. Who do you want to attack? I'll just do it all here.
Yep, let's do the A-Wing against Merrick.
Alright, Merrick has 3 health remaining, an exhausted and an unexhausted brace. 1 damage. This has been one of the worst showings of A-Wings I've ever seen. Alright, who's Hera attacking?
She's gotta go for Merrick. Gotta do it.
Merrick. 2 blue, 2 black. If she gets 3 damage, she's dead, no matter what. 1 damage. This has been embarrassing.
He's too busy yelling at the other squad.
He's like, what are you doing? And then Rob gets another victory token. He's gotten 80 points so far on victory tokens, and we will be back at the start of round 5. Start of round 5. Final Thrawn dial, engineering, trying desperately to keep the Kuat alive. Take evasive action, also reactivated. The Kuat has 2 shields on the back and 2 health remaining, while this ridiculous Starhawk still has 7 health remaining, 2 shields on the port, 2 shields on the back, and all but one of his defense tokens. This has been ridiculous.
And shields maximum.
Absolutely ridiculous. And yes, shields to maximum, again, reactivated the factory with Ramus and the Pelta going on there with that. Okay, starting with the Kuat and Palpatine, it is a concentrate fire. Then using Thrawn's engineering dial, getting rid of blinded gunners, and then using my remaining engineering to move 1 shield back here to the side. So I have 1 shield here, 1 shield here, and 3 health remaining now. And breaking the record, I get 3 expanded launcher shots. And we'll be doing the big shot first, just in case you saw one kill me. Front to side, and then if I'm still alive, we'll be doing a side to side. Okay, starting with front to side this time. 3 red, 2 blue, 5 black. I'm so excited I've got to do 3 expanded launcher shots. But can I break the trend and actually get an accuracy this time? Which actually doesn't matter because he can burn a brace with Kyrsta. Alright. Hey, oh, wow. Now my dice decide to show up. All the reds are doubles.
You gotta be kidding.
Nope.
You kept saying you're whiffing with the Kuat.
I was. It's time for it to show up.
It's dying. It's like, go.
It's on its way out. We've got the last bit of torpedoes and missiles loaded into the expanded launchers, and it's like, we've got target. We set the Medicae in to heal the blinded gunners. Well, you're going to be able to burn the brace anyway. Alright, let me think about this here. What's going to be happening? The best you can do is brace redirect. You have 4 shields that you can take it on. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 damage. Brace to 7. Redirect to 4 on the shields. You take 3 internal to be face down because of this. You'll still have 4 health remaining. Unbelievable. But I think I will force Kyrsta. You're gonna brace anyway, so I'm actually gonna lock down your salvo, force you to burn that if you want to salvo me with Kyrsta. And because it's not gonna make that big of a difference between 13 and 12 damage, well, it is. It'll be 7 damage instead of 6 if I do this. Deleting shots that. I'm gonna. It won't make a difference even if I double that up. So yep. So I'm not gonna do anything else. 13 damage. Accuracy in your salvo.
Okay, defense reroute. Defense ion cannons, right? Doubles.
Which one?
Right? I mean, it's like 5 there, right?
Yep.
Let's see. Actually, I could red, but I'll go with the red first one.
Okay. Crit.
Less.
It is going to help you, yes. So that's going to be 12 damage. So we'll brace to 6 instead of brace to 7.
Brace, of course.
Brace to 6.
Redirect.
Okay, so redirect as much as you can. So 4 shields go down. You got 2 coming internal.
And I'll spend my cocaine there.
So they're both face down.
Yep.
5 health remaining. Unbelievable.
Now if I spend that, I gotta spend something else.
Now, if you want to do this, you have to use Kyrsta's ability, and you're basically burning, discarding that, because I think you can do that even slap down. Yeah. So you can burn this to salvo back at me.
But I still have to spend to fire it.
Yep, you'd have to burn this and then spend your green redirect.
Or I
Because
could,
of Palpatine.
or I could burn the.
You can't burn any of these have already been spent.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't spend the same defense token. I think that's how Palpatine. By the way, that's a good question, guys. This is actually coming. I was thinking about this. Palpatine. Salvoing is still part of the attack step, even though it's at the very, very end of it. It's after apply damage is when you salvo, but you're still in the attack step sequence, doing an attack sequence. Part of an attack sequence, you can't spend a defense token, like the same defense token, more than once.
Okay.
And I didn't look this up. I don't think I've seen this actually with Palpatine. I don't know if Palpatine overrides that. Like, he could discard this instead with Palpatine, even though he's already spent it. Let me know, guys, know what you think. Let me know if this has been clarified anywhere. And I might actually message Karnak tonight to see if he has thoughts on that. That I can actually put text up then to see what he says for when this Batrep comes out. I'm going to play it. I think we should play it as... I think, because the wording of Palpatine. Let me just look at the wording.
Yeah.
An enemy ship or unique squadron declares you as the target of an attack. It must spend one of its defense tokens, but if able. You've already spent these, so I think you can't spend these, so you'd have to spend that one.
Okay.
I think that's how it's interpreted, right? I think. I don't know.
It makes sense. I can see that.
Or Palpatine might be outside of the attack sequence when it comes to Salvo. This is a weird interaction. This only happens with Salvo.
And Palpatine was made before Salvo.
Oh, yeah.
So that might have been some kind of...
Yeah, I remember looking in the rules reference. I haven't seen maybe I missed the FAQ. I didn't see a clarification on Palpatine's card, I don't think. It's been late. It's late.
Years.
But,
months.
Well, no, I looked yesterday.
Okay.
But I don't think I saw an FAQ on that. But it could be because this salvos happen even after applied damage step. It could be considered outside of the attack sequence that's happening.
That's a good question. Yeah, they're right there.
So...
Well, we'll play it as we've been doing it when we're all spend the green.
Spend the green one? Okay.
Hey guys, I just want to make a clarification on this. I know you probably had already figured it out, or maybe already knew, but I wanted to let you guys hear us as we discuss it and thought it out. I was wrong in the way we ended up interpreting this, and I did not message Karnak. I instead actually did not realize this had happened. This had happened either the day of or the day after I had filmed this Batrep, that the Star Wars Armada forums on AMG have gone live. And as you guys may or may not know, I would actually recommend go check out Star Wars Armada Explained, where Karnak talks about this. But Karnak is actually working with AMG now on their forums to help with rules clarifications and forum admin and such. And there is a bunch of great info on the Star Wars Armada forums now as far as rules clarifications. They did a good job of just right out the gate. And I decided to look at that, and I read through all of them, just looking at various things, and I found something when it comes to Palpatine and Salvo. So here's how it actually works with Palpatine and Salvo and spending defense tokens that have quote-unquote already been spent in the attack step. When you choose to spend the Salvo token, that happens during the spend defense token step as normal, but the actual salvo doesn't happen until the very, very end. You've resolved critical effects, you've taken your damage, it is now the end of the attack step, now the salvo happens, and at that moment, a brand new attack step starts, so everything is reset. So basically your defense tokens that you have spent, etc., are no longer considered having been spent in that attack sequence because we're in a brand new attack sequence, and the first part of that is you have to declare a target, and when you declare a target, that is when Palpatine activates, so any defense token that you still have left is then eligible to be spent and or discarded. So there's actually no way where you could like spend all of your defense tokens and then salvo and say, well, I don't have to Palpatine because I'm quote-unquote unable to spend these because I've already spent them, etc. So that actually helps clear that up, but I guess it makes sense if you actually really, really think about it. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I'm really glad that that was actually cleared up now that we have forums that we can actually go to and ask questions and have AMG and Karnak clear things up for us, and this is part of the official FAQ modifications that have been done on the forums. So just to reiterate, guys, as we step out of this, we don't do this exactly right. It's kind of the same difference. I don't think Rob would have discarded anything anyway. He just spent the green redirect. But when you salvo and you're salvoing against a Palpatine ship that has attacked you, you spend the salvo defense token during the spend defense token step, but it does not actually happen until after you've taken damage, the original attack you're receiving ends, and then once you then get ready to resolve your salvo, a brand new attack sequence starts and everything is reset. And then you have to discard or spend a defense token that you have to be able to make that attack against Palpatine. So I just wanted to break away and do this that would have been way too much to try to type up and put on the screen. So we'll get back to the Batrep. And are you going to discard the salvo? So you're basically doing Kyrsta to discard this to salvo?
Yeah. Otherwise, why spend it?
Right, yes, yeah. So, 2 red and a blue into my front, because that's where the attack came from. 3 health remaining. I have 1 shield I can redirect to. You need an accuracy and 3 damage now. Kill me. Well, you got 2 damage, no accuracy so far.
Well, I can use link turret towers
Yep.
to re-roll the blank.
Okay. Accuracy and 2 damage. I'm still not dead yet. Almost dead though. Well, actually, I'm sorry. You need 2 accuracies. I have 2 redirects.
I know. That's right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's
So
like,
that redirect that actually doesn't help.
Doesn't really do
Yeah, it
anything.
doesn't.
Take sure anything else. I mean, I guess I don't think. No. What are the others? I won't use Kate and Thrawn. I don't think I can.
Okay. So I forgot I had 2 redirects, so it actually didn't matter.
It
But yeah. So I will redirect.
practice, though.
1 on my shield on my port side that goes down. Then I take 1 face down. I now am back to 2 health remaining. Alright. And now the side shot. And you have no shields anywhere, so you can't redirect this, but you still have that annoying brace. Yes. Yeah, you should have. I did give it to you. You should have 5
We're
left.
talking about
2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Yep, you have 5 health remaining.
Okay.
No shields anywhere. And I'm not going to kill you because he's annoying first.
Oh, you. That shit was that.
No, I haven't dropped them. Yeah, yeah. I haven't gone over there to drop them yet, guys. All shields are down on the Starhawk. That's such a good shot. It's not going to kill you, though. 2, 5. That would kill you, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm gonna reroute. I mean, point defense.
Yep.
I'm
Which
gonna
one?
point defense. Probably the black crit. Hit crit.
The blue one?
Why would I do blue one?
Because you want to be nice to me?
No. What do you mean? Come on.
Regular hit. So 4 damage.
1 damage bust. I will. Well, I have to burn the brace.
2.
2, and then I just do crits, right?
Yep.
Crit. So I probably have to burn the crit, contain. So yeah.
2 face down.
Yeah.
3 health remaining on this annoying Starhawk, guys. This is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Still alive! So I did the best I could, but I could not turn to get out of it. I also could not turn, even with take evasive action, to ram the Starhawk. So I ram the Chimera. The Chimera takes a face down its first, and the Kuat takes a face down. It has 1 health remaining, 1 shield on the back. That is it.
Alright, after much debate and thinking and trying to think tactically and point-wise and everything else, I have decided to use the Starhawk. The Starhawk as a squadron command, which could be the savior right here. Because America has 1 health, and he's actually the one I'm really, really scared of. What is your other defender, Ben?
3 health.
3 health. So, squadron command, we're going to be using it, of course, on my squads out there, which
And he shields to maximum, put 1 shield on his port side.
Yep.
Starhawk has 3 health remaining, guys, just as a reminder.
And it has, what do you call this? Thrawn can easily arc me in the rear and the side with his side shot. With his back shot, half shot, he can hit me in the back.
I don't have an F shot, but
Oh, you don't?
No. But he's going to decide on his shots, because if he shoots at Thrawn, I can salvo back if he doesn't lock it down.
Right.
He could shoot at the Kuat, but then he'd have to discard one of his redirects just to make sure he gets the kill.
Right.
It's a Palpatine. But first, we do squads.
Squad.
So which one are we attacking with
Let's
first?
do the rookie out there.
He's attacking Merrick.
Yes,
Let's
he
see what he's
is.
in range
Let's
of.
see if we can get an ace kill me.
Alright, 8 1 damage. That's all he needs.
Come on, you're an ace. You got it in you, man. You got it in you.
2 accuracies and a crit. No damage.
Oh my! This has been the worst squadron performance I've ever seen on a side, right? Oh my gosh! All right, well, Hera, try to take out.
Yes, there.
There's lots of blanks on those black dice.
There are. Oh,
Guys.
and so the dice
Rob.
are playing with us.
Rob,
Look. Oh my gosh.
we have a black dice that went on the floor,
Yes. One of the black is one of the floor.
guys.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this is happening. Ah, Hera got him. Just
Yeah.
barely. But what is this nonsense, guys? Oh
She
my
can still move, right?
gosh.
Actually, I don't want her to move. Anyway.
She could. She's locked down by 1, but she has grit, so you could move her if you want to.
Yeah,
But that would unlock the defender.
Right, I don't know about that. Wow, that was
That was
a very sweating, stressful way to go.
that was ridiculous.
Alright, just make it
Unbelievable.
real pulling it out at the end. Alright. Okay,
All right.
co-op now with by side. On the side.
Okay, so burning redirect.
Yep. Now where's
I mean, I have 1 health remaining, guys, and 1 shield I can redirect, so I have 2 redirects. I need a massive whiffer here. Nope, you got 3 damage. So Kuat goes down.
Die! Get off my back!
I can't believe Starhawk is still alive. Do you want to do a rear shot into my
No,
Thrawn?
you shield that. No, I think I'm gonna. I'm not gonna touch Thrawn now, right now. No.
Yeah, he doesn't want the salvage back. Come on, please attack me so I can salvage.
Yep, not gonna happen. Yep.
Flag out at the defender that has 3 health left.
Yeah, but I can do this. Okay, we roll a crit with Unity. We roll that with the link turbulence.
Do you want to add
Actually,
it?
I'll add 2. Never mind. What am I talking about? Add 2 red and with link lasers.
My defenders are apparently like super jinkers, and then we roll with
Yeah. All right. So
This is
Starhawk can actually hit shit.
This has become absolutely comical. I cannot believe it.
I mean, you know, your fighters can actually dodge cannon fire.
Yeah.
But.
Find it on my defender.
Yep.
To place my defender. Actually, no, I'm actually going to place my defender here. The Kuat and Palpatine have gone down. However, Thrawn and the Chimera have targets in sight. Can we finish the job? It is a navigate, and using Thrawn's engineering, I raised a shield on the front and a shield on my port side. Then Vanto is giving me a navigate token. And actually, that's the order I should have been doing it, guys. For the previous 3 engineerings, engineering happens first, and then I would do Vanto the past 2 turns. Just, I was doing it in the school. Anyway, you guys have already probably corrected me in the comments after watching. So, I have a clear front to rear shot, long range into the Pelta, and a clear side to side where he has a shield. I'm not even going to worry about because he has a redirect. I'm just going to shoot him right where he has the shield. Medium range, so he can't use point defense ions on me. 3 health remaining on that Starhawk. 1 shield. I need 4 damage. Can I drop Kyrsta, this behemoth that won't die? We are going to start with the Starhawk. Just get it out of the way. 2 blue, 2 red going into his side with 1 shield. His redirect doesn't matter because he has no more shields to redirect to. I need 4 damage. And I did it. 4 damage.
Grasping for straws here, guys. All right.
Okay. Then, front to rear. Actually, this is long range. What am I doing? 4 reds at long range. He has 1 shield on his port side, 1 shield on his front, 2 on the starboard, 1 on the rear. No actual physical damage on the Pelta yet. Just to get him softened up. I'll stop your evade, so you have to take that single damage.
Well, I'm going to brace it. Not that.
Right.
I will redirect it.
Where do you want to go?
I'll redirect it to my port side.
So port side shield's down. And we'll be moving, you guys, using my nav dial. Get an extra click at the 1. I'm staying at speed 3. I'm not changing speed. Landing on this debris field. It does not bother me. I'll take the 2 damage on my starboard shields. Like so. And then, of course, these lovely large bases when they get on debris fields.
Alright. Lady goes, okay, puts us down. Get out of here, guys. Run. Battle the battle. Which is not very fast for a Pelton. Okay. So we're going speed 2. Oh, wait, first of all, my bad. The shields to maximum, put up my port shut shield. And then my engineering dial for my command gave me gave Ramos a token as well. I put up the rest of my shields, I had 6 engineering, so all shields are maximum.
Yep, spent the token.
Yep.
So everything is full up. And then doing this turn.
Turn.
And guys, if only this was a Corellian Corvette,
Right.
this view would be very familiar right here.
Yes.
With Leia on a ship running away from a Star Destroyer.
Exactly. And faster ones.
And actually, I'm going to keep it right here. It's just squad base, which my defender is going to be moving to get into position to help with the Chimera shots. I'm just like so. For round 6, because spoiler alert, it is a squad command I have planned.
No way.
Start of round 6. Chimera has switched to intensify firepower, and Thrawn has ordered it to be activated. It has been discarded. I don't know if I have enough firepower to kill this Pelta, even with the defender assisting with my squad command. We shall see. Alright, Thrawn, it is a squadron command, and Vonto is going to be giving me a con fire after I activate my defender there, going into a bombing run in the aft. Just to basically give me a reroll when I do my long range shot. So defender coming up. Going to attack. And just so you guys know, he barely got out of medium range, so it is a long range shot. I don't know if I have enough. Alright, here we go. Starting with the defender. Hit.
If I evade from long range,
This is medium range.
but
Oh, you cancel at long range.
cancel long range.
And you can discard it to cancel 2 dice, because I'm a larger ship.
I'll use redirect and redirect it to the starboard side.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where you redirect it to.
Right, that's what I was like.
Alright. Again, I don't even think it's statistically possible, but that's okay. We will try at least 4 reds. That's about as good as I could hope for. Stop your evade. 3 damage.
Brace.
Brace to 2.
From redirect because
Yep, so just all on shields. Pelta's gonna live. No! Unless you attack me and let me salvo you.
oh please let me. Nope, not gonna happen.
Okay, just moving like this. Debris field. 2 shields down on the front. And I'm giving Rob a double arc so he can shoot at me twice. So, that's definitely what Rob's gonna do, is shoot at me twice.
Yeah, right. And you did say you want to play reckless, right?
Yep.
So you're going for hitting everything there is.
Yep. I want you to shoot at me twice.
Leia is still on her belt that she's yelling at Ramus to defend and all that. It's an engineering dial. Ramus again gets a token with the shields to maximum. And
There is no shields in that.
oh wait, already yes, right. No shields back on my back.
But you still had enough.
But I still had enough.
Engineering to raise
Yep,
all your shields
okay.
back up. And then you're gonna shoot twice into the Chimera, right?
That is incorrect. I'm flacking just because of the 1 blue die of the defender. Is that funny? Yeah,
no damage.
she's not doing very well either.
Yep.
So,
And just running away at speed 2.
yep. I don't know, but
I can just go straight.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah, game's over. The last thing that can happen, Hera's in range to make this A-Wing rogue, so he can fly over and try to kill this defender
Yep.
for points.
Come on, be the hero you are.
You need 2 hits. I think you've done that once on these A-Wings, getting 2 hits on these blue dice.
Oh yeah, that was a regular. Yeah.
Can this guy do it? 1 hit, defender lives. And Hera's not in range. Alright guys, that is it. This is actually going to be very close, because even though the Starhawk died, Rob got 80 points worth of victory tokens, and the Kuat died. You add that together with those, it's going to be close, guys. It's not going to be a big victory either way, regardless of who wins. I'll tally up the points and be back at the post-game interview. Okay, so this was an incredibly close match, guys.
Yes.
The Imperials, I scored 269 points, and Rob with the Rebels scored 274 points. So only a 5-point difference, which is a 6-5 margin of victory for the Rebels, which is basically essentially a tie. It's still a win for you, but as far as points-wise, it's not that big a difference when it comes to the tournament play. But man, what an incredibly close game. Incredibly ridiculous game. This Starhawk, I cannot believe how much fire it soaked and did not die.
Well, that and it could be how much the A-Wings could not hit.
Yeah, the A-Wings were absolutely atrocious,
Oh gosh.
but you got all of your shots on the Starhawk ship,
Yes.
and my Star Destroyers. Your Starhawk rolled fantastic with its shots, but it translated to the A-Wings not being able to hit hot garbage. It's complete trash.
Yeah. Even Hera had some problems.
Yeah,
But,
everybody. It was ridiculous how bad you were trying to kill my defenders.
Well, even my Flacky.
Even the flag,
Flacky, yes.
just attacking
So-
my defenders was apparently I had stealth fields on or something.
Something, I don't know. Either that or they can dodge big cannon shots, but they can't, my guys don't have flat guns, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But, no, it was good. Matt, I did not go exactly by your plan, because as you saw, Ben had extra different makeup this time. So I kind of took what you had your idea in the beginning, went with it, and when you saw the A-Wings go out in total different directions, you were thinking, what are you doing, right? But it worked out by tying up his defenders, even though they couldn't hit crap. Tying up the defenders long enough so that the Starhawk could get extra damage, and they didn't go after the Pelta. So it was a screen that you kind of wanted. And by the way, open that champagne, man. Have a good drink for me too. You deserve it. Yeah, the Pelta, to the last turn, I needed that Pelta closer, and it was just out of range to heal. Just out of range. I don't know if it mattered with the dice you rolled on your.
No, if you would have been able to heal 2 shields, you would have survived. I would have maybe had to do like a leading shots.
Right.
So. Yeah, and hope I had turned hard enough for round 6 to take a shot at your Starhawk again.
Yeah.
But
that Pelta, that is an awesome.
It's the all-star. It kept the Starhawk alive, healing. Basically, you're getting 3 shields back a turn, and sending the engineerings over from Leia to heal even more.
Right. Yeah.
Incredible amount of healing power, and I cannot believe. I mean, I'm excited. I got 3 hit guys.
Yeah, you did. No,
expanded launchers.
Yeah.
3 times.
You did.
First time it's ever happened, and not just channel history. Me playing Armada. Period.
Yes.
No matter what ship I put it on.
He broke the curse.
But 2 of those I couldn't get an actually to save my life with leading shots.
And then you apply
and you're able to do braces with not having to worry about Kyrsta discarding.
I think she only did it once.
The amount of damage this Starhawk absorbed from 3 full-on Kuat double arcs.
Right.
And 3 full-on ISD 2 double arcs.
Yes. Yeah.
Still barely killed it.
Yes.
What? I cannot believe that.
That was
unbelievable.
incredible.
And again, it's one of those guys. If I had my original list, I wouldn't even engage the Starhawk. I would just run from it. I actually would not pick contested outposts. To pick something else that didn't have, and just run away from the Starhawk. Maybe try to snipe the Pelta and get A-wing kills and go for a 6-5 victory. That's it.
Well, actually, that was Matt's thing that you wouldn't do that. He basically said that you would run away.
Yeah, I would if it wasn't this
But
list.
everybody would just stay together.
Yeah,
back here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would if this was my original list going up against this, I would just run away. I would pick a mission where I didn't. What was your blue mission?
It was.
I was not doing the red.
Intel Sweep.
Intel
Sweep. Yeah, he had all.
Those are all just bad options.
Yeah, he had it covered.
That would force me to have to do some sort of engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is a tough list, Matt. Really tough list. My goodness. And the A-Wings, even though they didn't kill my defenders, they did what they needed to do.
They did. They held.
They didn't die fast enough for me.
No.
So they held down my defenders.
Right.
I got one bombing shot at the very end on your Pelta. That was non-committal. But if those A-Wings weren't locking my defenders down, the Starhawk would have died faster, but not much faster. It was still getting killed like crazy.
Maybe a turn, probably.
Maybe a turn.
Or two.
But my Kuat probably doesn't die then.
Right.
So it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, both of these ships showcasing what they can do.
Oh yeah. I mean,
when tooled up.
Kuat, I mean, I love that ship.
Dude, 3 red, 2 blue, 5 black.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
It's
And you were able to barely get your Pelta out of. I almost had your Pelta in range when you got him out.
Oh yeah, that was.
I was hoping to do a gunnery teams hit with both of those massive hits. I know I'll be able to do it in the tournament against MSU fleets when I have a whole bunch of small ships coming at me, and I'll just try to obliterate them. But guys, just imagine if I didn't have expanded launchers on this thing, the Star doesn't die. Because I expanded launchers once.
Yes. No, really. Okay.
Or external racks once, and then after that, it's 2 less black dice for the other 2 shots, and Starhawk doesn't die.
3?
I got to do it 3 times.
No, you have 3 dice, 3 black dice.
3 black dice, yes. Yeah. So
I'm
okay with the expanded launchers. I'm happy with the way it performed. I really, really like this list. I'm really liking this setup. It's cheesy, but I'm going to a tournament, so I want to be tooled up and ready to go.
Yes.
And this Kuat, because I have the Kuat, it made me actually engage in the game.
It did. It did. You kept Thrawn safe.
Kept Thrawn safe, and I was able to use the Kuat to be the punching bag. And
it was your brawler.
My brawler, and I would not kill this Starhawk with my original list. There's not enough firepower.
No.
I can't do it.
No.
You saw what I did.
Yeah.
Again, 3 Chimera double arcs, 3 Kuat double arcs, and optimal range for all 3 of them. So 6 ISD shots.
Yes.
Double arcs in ideal range, and the Kuat and the Starhawk still didn't die until the very last minute.
So I do
Unbelievable.
Appreciate your first getting stuck on me. Your Kuat being stuck there.
Oh yes,
I do appreciate that.
Right.
I was like, okay, thanks. I don't have to move anywhere. I just keep ramming you, and I don't have to worry about spending things. But that was this both. I was a little worried, Matt, because you created this list to mirror Ben's original list. And when I started, now we went back to your original list that you sent me, and I said we don't have 6 to 8 wings. But Ben's like, well, why don't we just proxy them in? Why not?
Yeah, I normally don't like proxying in the plastic, but because this is tournament practice, and I want to actually face lists that have a whole bunch of squads duplicated that I don't have, we can proxy ships, and the Aether sprites are perfect for it. They're 4 health. They look like A-wings, so they work.
So we put them in. So we went back to your original list, and we put them in there. And I think if they weren't there,
I think this is better. So guys, the list that he modified it to try to go with what I had to play with was take out the 2 Aether sprites, add in Jam.
Which I mean, with our braces,
it might have helped because you have Jan's braces. I don't know what would be better.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the thing is, Jan is slower. She's only 3, so it'd be harder to get Jan into position to help. The fact that your 2 Aether sprites, you're able to put them out
way... Should have been with Hera, basically.
Right. But you wouldn't have had... Anyway, it would have been easier for me to maneuver around 4 A-Wings and those 2, as opposed to 6 A-Wings and Hera.
Right.
With the 6 A-Wings, you can actually spread out and cover more board and then collapse in as you need based on where my defenders go.
What I tried to...
So that was, great list, Matt. Thank you for bringing it for me, being able to test this and test just the group going at it.
That group.
And again, this is pretty much solidified for me. I'm going to be playing against Robbie this week, and I'm going to try Aaron this week to get some bat reps in with this list. I think I like having the Kuat as the hammer, as the punching bag I can just throw out there, keeping Thrawn safe. And letting Thrawn orbit. Like, this was actually...
Yeah, you were.
I'm actually happy with the way I played with this. I put the Kuat up and close and just hammering away, while the Chimera was just orbiting at medium range, doing its optimal ISD 2 shots. Almost was fast enough to chase down the Pelta. Almost. He was like that close to not being in my medium range. And if that was the case, I think my last shot, I think I get him. But it was so close. But again, it was... I'm happy with this. Like, if I face the Starhawk list and I end with a 6-5 loss, great.
No doubt.
In my turn, if I face this in a tournament, I'm happy with a 6-5 loss going against the Starhawk list. So this is actually tournament play wise. This is actually a good loss. So, all right. So that's all. Basically, guys, as normal for the giveaway, it's the Recusant or $50 store credit to Admiral Tater's Ship Shop. So that'll be announced on August 1st. So don't forget to subscribe, and then comment in the comments below what you think about my modified list, what you think of Matt Som's list, and what you think about this match. This was an insane, crazy match.
It was.
And look forward to hearing you guys' thoughts about it, and your critiques, and your suggestions, and your advice. By the time actually this releases, it'll be less than a week away. It'll be, I think, 5 or 6 days. I think it's going to be released on Friday.
Okay.
So I'll be leaving for the LSO in 5 or 6 days, depending when this drops. So let me know your guys' thoughts and critiques, and your suggestions and advice. So.
And Matt, enjoy your champagne.
Yeah, enjoy your champagne. Rob pulled out the win for you. Down with downside.
Yeah.
So
down
I hope it's
is
good champagne and not bottom of the barrel well champagne.
Yeah, hopefully not box.
Hopefully it's not box.
No box. You get a good bottle.
Yeah, get a good bottle. So. All right, Rob. Thank you. That was a great game.
Good game.
Love these close games. These are my favorite type of close games down to the wire.
Yeah, this is our favorite game.
Yeah, favorite type of games is when they're close.
Off camera, both of us were pacing back and forth.
We don't like blowout games.
No, the blowout games are just kind of okay. That's fun.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We like the close games. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all the support. And until next time, take it easy.